Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello, fabulous Squiz Kids listeners, and welcome to the Kids vs. Adults Weekly News Quiz. Your chance to see who's had their listening ears on and been paying the most attention to the week that just was. I'm Bryce Corbett. All week in the Squiz Kids Today podcast, we've been bringing you the big news stories of the day, run through our kid-friendly filter to make sure you know all you need to know about the world around you. Now, it's time to test how much of the week's news you've retained, and in the process, see who's smarter, kids or adults. Plus, of course, because it's a Friday, we've got all today's birthday shout-outs and all the shout-outs for the weekend ahead, including, of course, the birthday reggae tune, because it wouldn't be a Friday without it. So, here's how the quiz works. 5 questions for the kids about the weekend news, then 5 questions for adults. Whoever answers the most correct questions wins. Easy. You ready? Let's do this. Question number 1, and we'll start with the biggest news of the week and a pretty easy quiz question. Who was elected US President this week? Did you say Donald Trump? You would be correct. Question number 2. What was the name of the candidate that Donald Trump beat to become president? Yes, that's right, he beat Kamala Harris. Question number 3. We heard in the podcast this week how astronomers think they may have found a 9th planet in our solar system. Which is the biggest planet in our solar system? Is it A, Mars, B, Saturn, or C, Jupiter? That's right, it's C, Jupiter. Question number 4. We also heard in the podcast how a small South Pacific nation with a proud footy heritage and whose name starts with T would be facing off against the Kangaroos in Sunday's Rugby League Pacific Cup final. What is the name of that South Pacific nation? Well done if you said Tonga. Question number 5, and a big old horse race stopped the nation this week, as it has done every first Tuesday in November since it was first run in 1861. What horse race am I talking about? Yes, of course, I'm talking about the Melbourne Cup. How did you go, kids? How many did you get right out of 5? And do you think that's going to be enough to beat the adults? I'm hoping so. All right, adults, now it's your turn. Let's fire up the old grey matter. Here we go. Question number 1. Name the horse that won this year's Melbourne Cup. Well done if you said Knight's Choice. Question number 2. Looking to the US election, and which swing state, starting with P, were all eyes on in the final weeks of campaigning with expectations, incorrect as it turned out, that it would decide the winner? Yes, of course, that state was Pennsylvania. Question number 3. Quincy Jones, the legendary music producer, passed away this week with a remarkable list of achievements, including producing the biggest-selling album of all time with Michael Jackson. Which album am I talking about? Yeah, of course, it was Thriller. Question number 4. While Australia paused to watch horses run around in a circle in Melbourne on Tuesday, the Reserve Bank was making a decision on interest rates. Did it A, raise them, B, lower them, or C, keep them on hold? That's right, it was C, kept them on hold. Question number 5, and let's test your pop culture knowledge now. Which English band, whose frontman was once married to Gwyneth Paltrow, has been wowing crowds across the country on its Music of the Spheres World Tour this week? Yep, well done if you said Coldplay. How did you go, adults? How many did you get right? Did you beat the kids? Who has won bragging rights this week? Now, if you've missed any of these cool news stories throughout the week and you want to refresh your memory, all of this week's Squiz Kids episodes are available for a re-listen wherever you get your podcasts. That's the end of the quiz, which means it's now time for...
Shout-outs.
It's Friday, November 8, birthday of Vlad the Impaler, the real-life historical figure who inspired the fictional character of Count Dracula. Today is also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today and over the coming weekend. And because it's a Friday, let's crack out that old birthday reggae tune. Hit it! And it's a happy birthday too! Sweevy from Ballarat, Ollie from Cannon Hill, Jordan from Woongarra, Heidi from Yass, Thaddeus from Mitcham, Oliver from Old Bar, Lucy from Townsville, Cameron from Canberra, Samuel from Gungalin, Eason from Caversham, Nathaniel from Borkham Hills, Zella from Camp Hill, Rosie from Dulwich Hill, Rusham from West Albury, Jack from Kingsgrove, Stevie from Wangaratta. Gosh, there's a lot of you. Lily from Mount Gravatt, Peter from Edmondson Park, Aaron from The Vines, Jamie from St Ives, Zaza from Healesville, Alyssa from Artarmon, Alex, who's listening all the way over there in Dubai, and Ty, who's listening all the way over there in Vietnam. Well, that's all we have time for. I hope you're enjoying these quizzes. Don't forget, there'll be a new one dropping first thing every Friday morning. And the best bit, they're absolutely free. Just as our other excellent content is free too. We're talking a Squiz Kids Today news podcast on Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, a Squiz Kids Shortcut or a Squiz the World every Tuesday, and for all the teachers out there, there's the Classroom Companion, our teacher-produced classroom activity sheets, curriculum aligned and tied to the Daily Pod on Mondays, and whose entire back catalogue is now searchable via our website. Genius. Check it all out at squizkids.com.au or simply subscribe to Squiz Kids in your favourite podcasting app and all this audio content will magically appear. For now, this is Bryce Corbett signing off and reminding you all to get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.